Hello. Hi, hi. My name is Mwikali Katunge. Mwikali Katunge. So I this is my first live, and the reason why I wanted this to be my first live is because I just wanted like a form of introduction to YouTube. So I have been on TikTok for a while now, but somehow I feel like TikTok has become so toxic and meaningless. And for me, my mind is very super sensitive. Like I don't like my mind being in spaces that I don't want to be at. So when TikTok became something that was no longer giving me joy, because I joined TikTok during COVID time, like everyone else, and people are like, it's just that dancing app. People didn't know about TikTok, but for me, I like being part of the people who I'm an early adapter to anything, and I'm always like, even when my eyebrows are micro shaded, like I was the first of one of the first people in the country to do it. Like me, I'm those people who are I'm an innovator. I'm an innovator, I'm an early adapter. So I got there, it was just dancing and all that. But it got interesting, and I started doing my content because that time is when I was living, like I was researching about religion. I was like, this thing doesn't make sense to me. I don't feel happy in religion and all that. So that's the time I started doing. In 2021 is when I started doing my content on TikTok. Um, and the content was about me living religion. And that time people were hostile. It's now that most of the Gen Zs are out and they're like, yeah, me too. I don't believe in that God and all that. But it used to be so crazy that time, when I was joining TikTok. And for me, honestly, people never bother me. Not to say, yeah, that's like a strength that I have. People's insecurities don't stress me, or people's thoughts about me don't stress me. And you see, like most people in the world, and that's why I knew I would never survive corporate world, because corporate world thrives in people putting each other down. And when you're not able to, they can't figure out how to put you down, or they human beings want to always keep you in this real tutakaa hapa, like that's how human beings are. But when you decide like, but me, I've always been like that. Those are the things I want to be discussing here on YouTube. Because for me, it's like, I've never felt the need to fit in with anyone, right? I always want to create my own path, my own way of thinking. And sadly, not most people are like that. Most people are driven by what the society is about. And so that time, like, people were coming for me. Wakristo, like the Christians on YouTube, on TikTok were coming for me, like, oh, you will go to hell. And I was like, in fact, I would prefer going to hell than going to heaven. That's the one thing that people never got it. Like, I don't want to go to heaven in any circumstance. In any circumstance, because the Christian heaven sounds like a lot of work. If I'm not going to do a lot of work here on earth, definitely I'm not going to do a lot of work for another person in heaven. Like, miss me with that. Like, I'm not going to be worshiping anybody. Like, worship is not my thing. I don't worship even. Hmm? any leaders, any celebrities. And that's the thing is, I I worship everyone. Like everyone for me is part of my human experience, and I'd rather worship other people instead of worshiping a god, right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to it doesn't make sense to worship anyone. So yeah, and then I was on TikTok for a while. I did my videos on deconstruction of religion. I did a lot of that. Like I am here to challenge the status quo. I will always, like, even me in my family, my dad was like, I was the person who, mi ndio nilikuwa dawa ya baba yangu. I was the one who was like, what you're doing, it's not gonna go by me. It's gonna pass by other people, but when it comes to me, it ends. Like I've always been that, even as a child. So this journey is just a healing journey for me, because most of the time people used to gang up against me. And I see it in so many situations where people gang up on me, but I'm like, and when they know like they're not affecting you in any kind of way, it pisses them off, really. It pisses them off more. So my YouTube channel will be just having conversations, about, different topics, but mostly I'm against all religion. Um, I'm against all colonial systems and structures. And those people will come, oh my gosh, you're speaking English and you're saying you hate colonial systems and structures. Wait for some few years and then you come talk to me. You're still young in the game. And I don't have time to keep on like going back and trying to explain to people. That's why I'm here. On TikTok, I was trying to explain to people things, but here I'm like, we ain't doing that no more. This green tea is so nice. I know. I like it. It smells really nice and refreshing. And like Maybelline. I think this is a fake Maybelline, and I bought it in a certified Maybelline shop. But no, this one. Anyway, so I prefer this side. TikTok is. So I gathered, I think about. Now I'm headed to 10,000 people on my TikTok, but I was like, TikTok has become exhausting and meaningless. And so I want to focus on a YouTube where I can be able to talk things on a deeper level, and we can curate a space for women. And by the way, yeah, let me just come out straight and say this, so that we don't keep on bringing it up. I'm here for the women. I'm here for the women. Women, women, women. And for the longest time, I never understood this concept of being feminist. I understand, okay, I'm educated well enough to understand feminism, and I have friends who are feminists, but I'm like, feminists, it's time for you to move over. The matriarchs are here. And us being matriarchs is like, we don't want anything to do with patriarchal system, men being in leadership, men like dictating how the world is, and men feeling like we are just here to be like the way their Bible and their religion keeps on telling us women, we are just here to be helpers to men. Like, fuck that shit. I'm not here to be a helper to nobody. Like, imagine my mother gave birth. My mom is like the most awesome human being ever to live on this earth. I think she's somewhere here on my photos. Oh, she's up there. My mother, the way she's awesome, she's called, her nickname is Mumbi, the creator. And imagine my mother giving birth to this person, and then this person being like told, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna face all this hardship, all to be a helper to somebody. A helper like hii society iko na jokes. Mi nikwe helper wa mtu, I become a helper to someone. This society has really done a number to women. Like, and then you can hear women say, "Oh my gosh, I am a helper." Let me tell you, me this year I don't have any tolerance for any woman who is coming and they're like all these narratives of patriarchy, you know. And the one thing I don't understand, like, you have your own voice. Why do you have to then change it and it sounds like, why does it have to sound that weird? Like, you have to soften your voice so that it's like another, it's like a camouflage. But I've never trust anyone who has a soft voice. Those motherfuckers are always evil. I can count 5 of them right now. Never trust anyone with a soft voice. I'm sorry. Don't ever trust anyone with a soft voice. Those motherfuckers are the most evil. Heri mimi ndakuongelesha and I'll be straightforward and I'll tell you something. And itaishia hapo. Let me tell you, them evil motherfuckers who have like a soft voice and all that shit. Hey. Ile character beating utapata. But anyway, this was my first live. I'll start my YouTube videos, or I'll just start like lives and have discussions on different things. I have a lot of topics because most of the topics that I was discussing on TikTok, I was discussing them in short formats. I was not like going deep. And first of all, I'll start with the most viral videos that brought a lot of what would you say? They were a bit controversial, but I think when I started my content is like, it was controversial, and then it got to a point where people started getting, like, I think my content started aligning with the people in the same consciousness as myself. And so with time, I even got friends. I've gotten like awesome friends from TikTok, people who we share the same mindsets. And yeah, it's been a good journey, but I feel like YouTube is gonna be a better journey because here I'm able to express things into details, and I'm also able to like have better engagements here, because on TikTok it's like people who are coming in contact with my my content, they're just coming in contact with my content like firsthand, and they really have no prior knowledge to what I'm talking about. And so if you don't have prior knowledge to what I'm talking about, it's like, and then they're just like bullies and people who like, they don't have nothing going on for their life. So I understand sometimes if you don't have anything going on for your life, you feel like abusing other people is like the best channel. I usually don't mind them because at the end of the day, I'm just gonna be me and live my life fabulously. Fabulously. I'm I'm here. This year I just feel so happy. I just feel like I'm so light as a person. I'm no longer in corporate work. Corporate work is always like, and corporate work is just like another demon. And I don't want to go back to corporate. Like corporate jobs, the politics, the toxicity, the fear mongering, the the bullshit in corporate jobs. Mm. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm not doing that for my life. Mimi wacha tu niende ushago. Nitaenda kukaa Makueni. Sijui kama Mr. Musuya ataitikia. Nitaenda kukaa Makueni nichunge mbuzi before I go back to corporate jobs. Like corporate jobs are so exhausting. First of all, me, I'm a performer. I perform. I love my work. I'm a performer. I hit my targets. Like I go hard in whatever I do. But other than doing what you're supposed to be doing, first of all, you being a high performer, people already feel some sort of way about you. You already knowing whatever you want in life and who you are as a person and how you present yourself is intimidating to other people. Every time, how many times I was told like I'm intimidating to people? I'm like, that's not my fucking problem. If they're intimidated by me, they need to work on themselves. Why are you coming to tell me about someone's intimidation? Like, and then first of all, you work with people who you're not in the same level in terms of educational um, exposure, education exposure, work experience. Wah, 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 wah. I'm telling you, working with some people, it was like I needed that to move on with my life, but it was so toxic. Like these people, because like your consciousness and their consciousness are not in the same place. So whatever you do is gonna be fucking intimidating to them. No matter what you're trying to do, whatever you are as a person is already going to be intimidating to this person. So no matter how, like I remember like last year I tried to keep quiet, I tried to lower myself down, I tried not to get into politics, and still these motherfuckers had problem with me. These motherfuckers always will always have problems with you, no matter what you do, no matter who you are. There's some motherfuckers who are going to have problems with you. Like that's why I was like, I moved from this corporate to another corporate to another corporate to like the same thing. It's just draining my life, and I'm here. I'm a baby girl. I don't want to stress and all do that. I'm not here to suffer. Like I what can I say? Like corporate jobs, they're so draining. And then working with Americans is another level of draining. It's like the low gutter draining, being drained to another level you even don't understand. Because first of all, you're in different conscious levels. Their conscious level is from an individualistic point of view. You, the way you've grown up as an African, you always looking at the collective consciousness. And for them, it's just me, 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 me. And especially white men, white American men. If you want to go to hell and experience hell, work for a white American man. Oh my gosh. It's a new profound level of hell. I'm telling you. Like you think hell is like here, and then you work under an American white man, and then it's below the gutter. First of all, they have this supremacist, like they have white supremacy very much. Because this guy was like always posting stuff about Elon Musk. And anyone who's associating themselves with Elon Musk and how Elon Musk sees the world. They are white supremacists. Like, this guy is a white supremacist and married to the CEO to the company. So you can just imagine how that situation is fucked up. You cannot go to the CEO and tell them, like, your husband is doing all these things, because all of these things, they are going to be turned against you. Against you. So it was just a hellish time. Like, the past 2 years working with this guy was just hell. And I was just like, I'm tired. Release me from this chokehold. So yeah. And I'm gonna give that story. I'm gonna give that story in detail, because the hell I experienced working for them. Like, the lady's nice, the lady's okay, but I feel like sometimes when you're working as a husband and a man, you're always gonna favor your husband, no matter what. You're gonna always favor your husband. Your husband is gonna do all these messed up things, but because they are your husband, you always take the side of your husband. And I don't know if that's human nature or anything, but yeah. I'm supposed to be going for a meeting in town, and I'm seeing the person who I'm going to meet is already asking me where I am. So I'm gonna leave it at that. This is my first live. We're going to be connecting more, talking about so many topics, having fun, dismantling the patriarchal systems and the colonial systems, and all, all systems that make women feel less than. We're gonna deal with them. I want women to wake up to be matriarchs. We're no longer like submissive wives. Those ones ilifanyika, it happened with our mothers and our grandparents. Now we are raising a matriarch where women are not in power, are leading. And how we leading is in connection with Mother Earth and, going back to nature. So there are going to be awesome things that we're going to be discussing. I want to interact with. This is my first live. No one has joined the live. I feel so happy, because I think sometimes when people join the live, they distract you and whatever you're going to be discussing. So it's good that no one has joined this first live. And it was just like a fast run. Looking at my setup, I hope you like my setup. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I need to add something of Wangari Maathai, because you know what? Wangari Maathai is my number one baddie. But I have a couple of her books. This is her book. This is her book. So Wangari Maathai is represented, but you cannot zoom in and see the book. But yeah, she's always somewhere here. Yeah, but I'm looking to just add Wangari Maathai there. We have Bob Marley. I have Haile Selassie somewhere. Yeah, but really excited. Really excited. Yeah, yep. Bye bye.